But I want to reference one of our two big, hairy, audacious goals. We take this language from Jerry Porras and Jim Collins in a business book called Built to Last, and then later Good to Great and Staying Great. And they talk about the importance to an organization of setting lofty goals and then pursuing them with vigor. So I want to just refresh the board's understanding and the community's understanding of why we chose this one. The RMO on screen stands for Role Model Organization. And so we think that a role model organization is one that other organizations could look to and say, hey, we should do it like they do. They're doing it really well. We should have the customer service of a Chick-fil-A, or the quality of Lexus, or sort of the customer fierce loyalty that we see in many service industries. That's what a role model organization is. An organization that other organizations look to see how to do something really best of class. And it's not on us to decide whether we're a role model organization. That should come from an external partner. And so out of many partners that we could choose, the American Society for Quality, we chose this one called Baldrige. And I want to tell you the backstory of the word Baldrige. Back when I was a student in college in 1988, a president named Ronald Reagan observed that we were getting badly beaten on the quality front, particularly by Japan. Companies like Toyota and Sony were known for their quality and durability and customer service, and we were just getting waxed. So Ronald Reagan said to his friend Mac, who happened to be the Secretary of Commerce, Mac, can we do something about this? How can we incentivize American corporations and institutions and organizations to higher performance and higher quality? So Mac looked around the Department of Commerce and he found an institute, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. And NIST is the place where they do measurements and precision. So if you buy a tape measure at Home Depot or Lowe's or a garage sale, they should all measure the same way, because NIST has standards for tape measures and scales and nuclear power plants and the internet. They're where we get most of our cybersecurity standards, for example. So Mac looked at NIST and he said, NIST, I don't want you just to measure inches and weights and radiation. I want you to measure excellence. How can you do that? And they came up with something that they called the National Performance Excellence Award, or the National Performance Excellence Organization. And they said, we are going to emphasize and incentivize performance excellence across our corporations, our municipalities, our school districts, our hospitals. And that National Performance Excellence Department became known as the Malcolm Baldrige, because that's who Mac was. He was Malcolm Baldrige, Secretary of Commerce, and the Malcolm Baldrige Program begins there in 1988 under President Reagan and has continued since then to recognize excellent organizations across multiple industries. Each year, judges and examiners and officials from the United States government, through the Department of Commerce, NIST, and the Baldrige Program, look for organizations that are meeting a very high standard. They evaluate them based on their results. They then choose a very small number and they make site visits to those. And those site visits are granted to organizations that are deemed national finalists, which means that they have had results that put them in the best of class in their industry or across multiple industries. And so if it sounds like I am building up to something big, I am, because we learned yesterday that El Paso County, Colorado School District 49 is a national finalist in the Baldrige Performance Excellence Program. As you know, this is an incredible achievement. It is reflective of commitment and perseverance, but in more meaningful ways, it's reflective of the outer ring of our cultural compass. If you look up there, we started learning in 2015 when we got absolutely hammered in our first encounter with Baldrige. We had so much to get better, so much to improve. And we started learning, we're still learning, we've kept learning. But we worked as a team and many teams, and we innovated and we tried things and failed and gave up and failed fast, untried those things and tried new things and got better and got better. And most of all, we worked with a common purpose. We really believed that we could be the school district that our community wanted and that our students deserve. We believed that was possible in District 49, and so we made it so. So we've got months. We've got a site visit coming in September. We're going to learn a lot. We're going to get an incredible feedback report. We do not know what happens from there, but we know we're a nationally recognized finalist. We will know more about why we were recognized, what our strengths were. But there are some folks that I know I can thank already, because this award and recognition rises on the strength of the people of District 49. On this day, we see our vision, the best choice, in clearer focus, clearer than ever before. And it's because our people have never failed to fulfill our mission to learn, work, and lead. So I want to start tonight by thanking the families and the students who chose D49. As you know, more students choose into D49 than any other district in the state of Colorado. We are grateful for every resident and every choice student who joins our community. So thank you to them. They have made us better. They have made us stronger. I want to thank a decade of leaders, dozens of board members, and even more administrators and other positions of leadership who have kept us focused on our vision and our mission to learn, work, and lead, to continuously improve. But finally, and most emphatically, I want to thank the finest workforce of any school district in the United States of America. In every department, in every office, in every school, across every setting, our workforce shows up every day with energy, with humor, intelligence, and heart. And so I say to our workforce, we are blessed to work with you, and our students are blessed to learn from you. And the government of the United States of America says that you are an example for others to follow. You are. So thank you. It is an honor to celebrate your achievement as a national finalist in the Performance Excellence Program of the United States of America. Thank you all.